there's one thing in legality in the laws of the land is called precedent. And so whenever courts look at cases, they look at precedent. The worst thing could have happened is what happened in that incident, because that incident set a precedent. And the precedence that came from that incident means that the next time there is a trial with the same circumstances, with the same similar characteristics, then they look at the precedent, because the first thing the judge is going to say, show me a legal precedent for this case. The precedent is that when something happens, like what happens is like when you look at a case, and you look at a case, you look at previous cases that had similar facts and how it turned out. So you'll fight for your client based on the Zimmerman versus Martin case. The same circumstances happened and there was no foul. So basically when you set a precedent, every case that's similar to that case, the lawyer will fight as a defense attorney that legal precedence that can be used in that case, and they're using the legal precedence. Let's give her a hand, give all of them a hand, all right. That was pretty impressive, wasn't it?
It was really impressive to hear our opinion.
Did I get that precedent right?
You got the precedent.
I don't get that precedent right. It's been a while since I was, she fresh in school, it's been a while since I've been there. Well, we're going to go to the other thing. I've only got about 15 minutes, but this other thing, I'm going to start it, and then I'm going to let him talk to you all about self-esteem as a queen. This is one thing I want to say to young ladies. As a pastor, as a young man, I want to tell you, first of all, you got to set a standard. You got to set a standard that no matter who approaches you, that they have to step up. Anytime you let somebody start out stepping down, they'll stay down, they'll be low down. And so you have to have a standard. That's why you got to first love you. You got to first love yourself. The Bible said, love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, mind, and soul. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Now, sometimes when you read that, okay, that's what it's saying. Listen, it said, love God, love your neighbor, love yourself. What it says is love your neighbor as yourself. So although it reads that, it says you got to love God first, love your neighbor. But when it says as yourself, means that it throws a monkey wrench in the road. Because if you're going to love your neighbor as yourself, you got to first love yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can't love somebody as you until you love you. So be comfortable at the skin that you're in. I mean, one thing great about you all, and one thing great, especially most of y'all are African Americans, but one thing great about is all of the different flavors. Ain't you glad that Baskin Robbins? Yeah, I mean, everybody don't like chocolate. Everybody don't like vanilla. Everybody don't like strawberry. Everybody don't like orange sherbet. And that's the great thing. That's the great thing about, you got to understand, there is nothing more beautiful than you. Do y'all know that it's that certain stuff that when you grow up, y'all grow up into stuff that people pay for?
Yes, sir.
I mean, we be trying to get rid of stuff. Man, I got to get rid of something. I got to get rid of something. And they going by because I need tools. I don't have any. And you come in, you good naturally. You have people, well, my lips big. Do you know that you got people that pay to get a lip injection? And you sitting here like, my big little lip, and they paying. At least your lips came natural. And so I just want to say that. I want to say that to you all because, first of all, you got to understand that guys are visual. Guys are physical. You are emotional. We were created. Women are emotional creatures. That's why in the Garden of Eden, the enemy knew what he was doing to talk to Eve and not talk to Adam. Because women they sensitive. Okay, I just hear what he got to say. He ain't been saying it all this time. That's what gets you. Satan knew if he went to Eve, she'd at least listen. And when you start listening, you start leaning back. And that's how sometimes when people get you, they're like, okay, I know you called me cheating. I know you called me. I confess. Okay, can I come over? No, don't touch me. Because all you're thinking is physical. Don't touch me. So he'll go, okay, I won't touch you again. I just want to talk to you. Just listen to me. That's all I'm doing. I'm listening. He said, you remember our song? You remember the first time we kissed? Yeah. They said, no! Don't listen. The enemy knew when he came through the snake. Because first of all, a man did with his head. First of all, a man would have been like, first of all, why is snake talking? started listening. I'm saying to you all, you gotta love yourself. A lot of times, especially my teenagers, let me tell you something. You need to be talking about graduating, going to school, getting a career and all that stuff. Let me tell you something. First of all, a lot of guys will look at you as their baby mama, but they will not look at you as the mother of their children and the wife. Do you know why? Because they know they can count you off as one of their trophies, one on a run. They know they can do that. They know they can do that. But if I say, will you be my wife, I give you my name. But when I say you're my wife, I attach myself to you. I give you a status. When I say I got 8 baby mamas. So what I'm saying to you, you're looked at a lot of time as a baby mama. If you don't say, if I'm not good enough for a lifetime, you ain't getting no nighttime. And don't get it twisted. And I'll give it up for you. Don't get it twisted. Do not listen to Beyonce. That's why I tell your mamas and your aunties, they need to tell you. Ask your aunties and ask your mamas in their lifetime how many rings they got. Jesus. And I got a promise ring. I'm telling you, they be arguing, some got 3 engagement rings. A ring don't mean nothing. No, we get married. You ain't getting nothing until I do. A ring is a promise. And a lot of times, you all don't know how many people I counsel all the time that they figure, well, we got engaged. And so once they got engaged and they got a piece of jewelry, they start giving up the jewels. Some of that went over your head. It's good that went over your head. That means you ain't ready. But I want to say to you all, we just got to talk about Trayvon. I want you to keep one hoodie. Keep a hoodie on the goodies. Until God sends you the one who's going to marry you. If they ain't got time to wait on you, then you need to tell them to keep on moving. You got to say, I ain't going to pay nobody to get baby mama. Either it's going to be a missus in front of my name or you can call me a nun. But you have to remember, young ladies, how much power you got. You have power. God created you with something called femininity. Let me tell y'all something. It's a guy coming here, if he feeling you, you can make him walk across the room. And don't even know, just look at him. And you know he wants to look at him, and you say, girl, why keep talking that? He be like, see, you have it like that. But when you give up the leverage, y'all just met, one thing led to another. I ain't been talking about it just happened. It didn't just happen. Well, I don't understand. I went over there, we were talking. It didn't just happen. Unless you went over there naked. Jesus. I said, do y'all have a jacket and everything? No, it didn't just happen either. It's a whole lot of stuff that has to come on. Come on now. So, young ladies, set the standard. I guarantee you, if y'all start a no crack club, if y'all, the ladies that say the launch, if y'all start a no crack club, say, I know crack club is this. We ain't talking to no boy who won't put a belt up and I see his behind before I see his face. Every young man in Champaign who walk around here, pop! Make him earn you. Make him earn you. It's name, I'm going to give some lady talk.
Well, I'm just going to piggyback and kind of give a demonstration on some things that God has revealed to me about women and what we accept. I like to think of myself now as the platinum package. I let the gyms know this last night about the platinum package. When I had just turned 21, I told my mom, I said, I want to buy my first car. I'm going to buy my car. It's going to be in my name. And so I was like, I didn't know, y'all, it's rough buying a car in your name. And so we went to the dealership. First thing you have to do, you get a car. You smile at the dealer. They play all these games and stuff like that. Take it home for one day and then come back. We'll work on all the other stuff. And so the first thing you have to do is proof of income. You got to have proof of income. And you have to prove that you can afford this car loan that you are about to take on. And so if you are making $20,000, $30,000 a year, you need to leave the $100,000 BMW at the BMW shop. And so they're going to send you right on your way. But say if you have a car, you have that car that I really want, and so you have to prove proof of income. We have to know that you're going to be able to afford this car. And they're going to do this credit check, this background check, this background on credit to see what has happened in your past. Have you paid your past bills to know that you can afford this one, or you're going to pay this one? And so once you go through all that and do that, they add all these taxes and state tax, and do you have an ID and car insurance and all of that stuff, and they add all that good stuff. And God has brought to me, if it takes this much pressure and information to get a car, why don't you require the same thing?
All right now.
If it takes all of that to get a house or a car, all of that to get the platinum package that you are looking for, you should think of yourself as the same thing. Where is his proof of income? Proof that God has income in his life. So we don't have any issues. Where's his proof of income? Do that credit check.
Yeah.
If he was beating her down 9 times out of 10, he gonna be beating you down. If you took him from her, it's gonna be another her that's gonna take him from you. Please stop thinking that you've done something. It's older women who do it. They play the I know some older women who have played the other woman for 30 years.
Oh, yeah.
We broke this, but guess what? The husband is still taking care of that household.
Mm-hmm.
And you are still not the wife. Please do not be the other woman.
Mm-hmm.
Because once he finally picked me, know that somebody has to take your place. Now that you have taken her place, somebody got to take your place. And you're going to suffer the same way she did. So make sure you do that income check, the background credit check. Make sure that he makes enough to afford the loan payments.
Credit score.
All of those phone calls after midnight. For what?
Oh, Lord.
What do we have to talk about? What you doing? All of that, especially when you get to college, what you think I'm doing at 12 o'clock? It's midnight. Don't no man want nothing after midnight but one thing. That's all it is. My mother always told me, ain't nothing open after midnight but legs. So you best well just stay where you are. It's raw, but it's real. That's the only way you can understand. That's the only way you can understand. So if you have to go through this much for this platinum package, think of it the same way. Think of it the same way, especially when he treats his mother a certain way. You sit up here listening, I got you. You need to talk. You know, that's us. You need to talk. You need to get some stuff off your chest, boy. Yeah, my mama get on my so nervous. She's such a so. If he talked like that about his mama, imagine what he said to his friends about you.
Oh, yeah.
And so believe me that it's going to come, but think of yourself like that. Run down that same check that the offices do, that the card places do. When they put you through all of that and they make you wait 2 days for the background check, put him through that much.
Mm-hmm.
If it's worth it, he can stay around.
If he wants.
If he wants to. And just because he has put in the work, don't give him all the works, because that don't come till you got the work.
Yeah.
That don't come to then. And so that's just my advice to the ladies, that they have got to see themselves as the platinum.
Give her a hand, all right. Well, I want to thank Kevin for an awesome co-host job. As I said, on the clock on the wall that said it after all. But I want one young lady, this is not you, I want one young lady who would just come to me and just come up here, and I want you to say why you think a lot of young ladies just settle. You know, do you think it's self-esteem? Do you think it's because because I know sometimes you have pressure, people act like if you don't have a man or somebody in your life, then something wrong with you. A lot of times people get mad. When I'm 25, I ain't got nobody. Well, you can be 55, you ain't found nobody that's right, then I'd rather, come on, say man, somebody. Do bad off by myself. So just one of the girls and one of the guys. One of the girls, very quickly, come on. Amen.
Okay, I think that's why. It's because, like, we've lowered our standards as females. And I think that is because, like, a lot of families don't have the father at the home, and so they're looking for a place where they need their father. And so when they getting all that attention from that male that they think they love, they begin to open up to them, and sometimes it's their legs. And I just... If we had more respect for ourselves, then maybe that wouldn't happen.
That is awesome. Is that what she said? Is that not a mouthful? She said, once again, if you respect yourself, that now, and I hope y'all, that's why young men, you all, no matter how many bad men may have been before you, you have to understand one thing. If it's even a bad example, you learn something. That's the type of man I want to be. That's the type of man I never want to be. And one thing she said, but one thing, young lady, she says that you got to demand respect. And what we're saying is that they really want you, they will respect you. Give her another hand. One more young man. I need another different young man. Different young man. Young man, why y'all?
Because, like I said, they just want somebody just, I guess, for love. And they open up too much because they don't have respect for themselves. So they just come very quick. Oh, who's going to give me this attention? Who's going to do this for me? Who's going to act like they love me? So it's not, yes, it is respect for yourself, but you just have to have good enough standards and not just be just, oh, give me this, give me that. And just, you have to know that if you don't love yourself, who's going to love you?
All right, Well, I want to thank you all. You all have been an awesome artist, one of the best ones I have. You were very talkative. I hope that you all got something. I hope that you all realize you're worth so much more. I want to say this as we get ready to go to Apollo and go off of this show. I want to say this to all of you all. You all know one thing that I look forward to Youthquake, because Youthquake is a time when you come and you get yourself together. Youthquake is a time where you come, because what happens is a lot of folks been cutting up for the summer, been doing some stuff they know they don't have no business doing. And so when you come to Youthquake, you get called out emotionally and spiritually. That's why at the end of Youthquake, we have young people all around this church crying and praying. I want y'all to, because I'm looking in the face of some of y'all, and a lot of y'all can't get past your past. Look at your neighbor and say, whatever you did, and I said, did. Said, you are not what you did. That's what you did. That's your past tense. Even when the devil reminds you of your past, you remind him of his future. So you don't understand, the devil don't have no option to get it right and go to heaven. He know where he's going. He don't want to be by himself. But you have an opportunity when you leave Youthquake every year for this to be the first day of the rest of your life. So all I'm saying is that I look at all of you all, and my heart goes out, because I know I'm looking at people that's been raped, people that's been molested, people that's been mistreated, people that guys have dogged you. But what I want you to do is to ask God to put it in my rearview mirror. Some stuff you may be responsible, some stuff it wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault. I wish I could, but I can't change the past. But I'm here to help you with your future. I'm here to help you with your future. There's a whole lot of stuff that I could be doing. But I love you because I love you. And I don't want y'all to leave here this year carrying stuff that the past pain. I want you to walk into what God has for you. No matter who been in your life, no matter how they hurt you, you learn something. Some of y'all know a good friend, that's because you got played by so many. Now you don't take no stuff. You see straight through the player. Player, beep, beep, beep. Player, beep, beep, beep. Go to beep, beep. You got no speakers.